there are, the intent is there, the policies are there, be it the RPWD Act 2016 or be it the NEP 2020. All of them have a lot of intent, and but the implementation is where it's really missing. So, what do we mean? Like you said, what do we mean by inclusion? So it's having a classroom where you have children with any impairment or no impairment, or everybody being in the same classroom and learning at the same time. I think that's the crucial thing. There is no delayed learning. There is no post school, I'm going to start learning this or understanding this. At that same space where they are, they all learn together. I think that's for me is like what inclusive learning is about. So if there are students there who are looking at their textbooks, there should be visually impaired students there who are looking at their braille books, or they have a braille reader, a hexes, or some kind of thing that will help them to read. If the students are going through a picture, they're looking at a drawing on the board, the children with visual impairment should have something that will, either it could be a tactile drawing, it could be a model, but whatever, but they are learning at the same time. And when the teacher teaches, they need to understand that there are all kinds of children who are sitting there, and they need to cater for every child in that room. And that is the single point of failure, where the teacher does not have the ability to be able to teach every child in the classroom the way that child needs to be taught. So I think that's where our implementation is comes into it really fails, where we don't empower the teacher enough, where sometimes the teacher really has no agency. They don't understand what it is for to make a visually impaired child understand a concept, or to make any other child with any other disability, how are they supposed to make them understand this concept? And in many cases there are classrooms where they have resource teachers, or resource people who sit with these, with the children with different abilities, and they are provided with whatever is required for them, which again makes it inclusive. So until we empower the teachers enough in our classrooms, until we make sure that they understand that there are different kinds of students sitting there, and everybody needs a different kind of attention to make sure that they are understanding the same concept. Inclusion in the classroom is still something that's a little far away, at least in the schools that we are working with today.